Hey guys, what's up? Real short video concerning the second coming of Christ and how Christians love to say that of that day and hour no man knows. Okay? But yet they love to make prediction after prediction about his return. They love to look at the world and say we're living in the last days. They love to predict who the Antichrist is. Okay? But yet they fail to re-examine the story and see if there was any clues that Christ gave his apostles concerning the end of the age and his coming. Okay? Well, there is one very important clue that Christ gives them within Matthew chapter 24, because his apostles come to him to inquire about that very end and his coming. And what did Christ say? Well, he says, a few different things, but he says, when you see the abomination that causes desolation, I want you to flee Judea and head for the mountains. Okay. Now, when was that? Is it yet future? People would say, oh yeah, it hasn't happened yet because Christ hasn't returned. But what if we can see that it did happen within the 60s AD, ultimately with the temple being destroyed in 70? We can see that was the tribulation and end time judgment that the Bible speaks of. Now, if we can determine that, then how are we saying there's another return of Christ? Because Christ tells his apostles, Christians, let's assume that nobody knows the day nor the hour. Okay, let's assume that the apostles did not know. Then why did Christ give them the signs to look forward to? Why did he give them the signs? And if we can determine that the main sign was fulfilled within their generation, then how are we going to say that he did not return? You cannot just go to Matthew chapter 24, ignore the conversation that Christ has with his apostles and say, nobody knows the time, nor the day, nor the hour of his coming. See? No, they didn't know. But he tells them point blank, your generation is not going to pass away until everything written be fulfilled. So it's time to read, the context in which you draw a verse, okay? Because clearly everything was going to go down within the apostles' generation. Christ was going to return, and that's why he said, some of you standing here, he's talking to the crowd, some of you standing here will not taste death until you see me coming with my kingdom. Okay, and that's why when Peter is inquiring about John's death, Christ says, what is it to you if John remains until my coming? And that is why Paul tells a mystery that, I tell a mystery, not all of us shall sleep, but be changed in the twinkling of an eye at the time of the last trumpet. Okay? So, listen, everything took place, and although they did not know the time nor the hour, they did know. It would be within their generation. That's what Christ says. So, time to start reading, Christians. Peace.